Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Welcome.
With potential to soon be award-winning podcast, Girls Just Wanna.
Yes.
I mean, how cool would that be?
What a shock.
So if you have been following along on Instagram and in our emails, we just found out that we've been nominated for the Boston Business Women Awards for 2025 in the category of Best Podcast.
Yeah.
Which is so flattering.
I know. We're so excited.
We are really excited, and it's kind of unfortunate. Everybody else found out, or most other people found out about their nominations like March 26th-ish, I think. And we didn't hear anything. We didn't get any emails or any DMs to the podcast or to our businesses.
Yeah.
So we just kind of thought, okay, we didn't make it to the second round of voting because we had nominated some people. We know some people had nominated us in the original round.
Yeah.
So when we didn't make it to the next round, we were just like, oh, okay, whatever. And we saw everybody else posting their graphics saying, oh, I'm a nominee in this category and I'm a nominee in this category. We're like, great. But we never received anything. So we thought, okay, well, we didn't make it. That's fine. Mm-hmm. And then one of our guests that we'd had on the show reached out and said, oh, by the way, congratulations on your nomination.
Yeah.
And we were like, what?
Yeah. So we checked the site and then we saw it.
We saw it and we were like, oh my God. So we kind of missed out on the first week of promotion and voting. And we reached out to Boston Businesswomen. We were like, hey, we just found out we've been nominated. Can we get a cool graphic like everybody else has? And they apologized. I guess there's 600 nominees across all, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's probably 50-ish categories.
Yeah.
So they got us our graphics. Now we've been promoting it, and a lot of people are saying they're voting for us, which is also exciting, and we so appreciate it. We also saw so many past Girls Just Wanna guests have been nominated in their categories.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So we're happy to vote for them too. So I don't know. We're just tickle us pink. I mean, wait, is that the phrase? Color me pink, tickle me pink.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Whatever. Either way, we're jazzed.
Yeah, we're so excited. So if you have not voted yet and you feel so inclined, we would love it.
It's free to vote.
Yeah.
You can only vote once. It's per email address, and you have to vote in several categories. So we definitely recommend voting for those who have been nominated, who've been guests on the show before. We made a whole list of them. It's on our Instagram. It's on our email if you get our emails. And you should visit the link in our Instagram bio to vote by April 22nd so we can be an award-winning podcast.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Be like, hi, I'm Dominique. I'm the co-host of an award-winning podcast.
That becomes your LinkedIn headline.
Yeah, award-winning podcast co-host. I would go all out.
Oh yeah. Milk that for everything.
Yeah, for sure. until we get awards for other things.
Well, we're about to go into the interview portion of this podcast, but it's a little bit different this week.
It's just me.
It's just Dominique. I failed.
Katrina was down bad. Tell them, Katrina.
I was a little bit busy puking the day of the interviews. It was that morning. I texted you at I don't know.
It was only 7 or 8 a.m.
Yeah. I tried to wait. I remember I knew at 3 a.m. I'm I can't do the podcast today, but no need to
Yeah. You're that doesn't change anything.
No, I had been, we talked in a previous podcast episode about Dominique's,
down badness.
with neurovirus, and it was my turn.
Yeah, that was like for me. It was like the second week of January.
Yeah.
Whoo, doggy, that was bad.
Yeah.
And Katrina finally got it. So
my family got it. So yeah, last week was a rough one, and so I didn't do the interviews with the guests.
Yeah, so I had to go solo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we missed you. Glad you're back.
You guys. Yeah, back. I'm no longer throwing up everything. That's good.
And with that said, let's get into my solo interview.
Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code podcast2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is podcast2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Thank you so much.
Tiffany Wilson is the owner of Well Rested Massage, and that's in Millbury, correct?
Correct, yes.
That's where Katrina lives.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
And who is the instructor at 9 Round? Is that you?
I instruct at I Love Kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
She goes to 9 Round
Oh my
in
gosh,
Millbury.
That's
Do you
so
go?
funny. No, I don't, but I'm
Okay.
like right down the street.
Okay, you should totally pop in and try a class.
I should.
Maybe you should go with Katrina.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'd love to meet her.
You could also come to West Boylston and take one of my kickboxing
Okay, perfect.
classes.
Yeah, I'm in Shrewsbury.
Maybe
so
you're just on a
I'll
tour
just
now.
hop around.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's fine.
That goes perfectly with my business.
I love that for you. All right, so tell everybody about Well Rested Massage.
All right, so I founded Well Rested Massage 2 years ago, just over 2 years ago. It
Mhm.
was March 1st, 2023 when I opened. I've been a massage therapist for 15 years, which makes me feel incredibly old because I swear, like in my head, I'm still 23. But somehow, 15 years later, I am still a licensed massage therapist and I love it so much. So
Mhm.
I am originally from Plymouth, so like down
Okay.
near the Cape. And I met my husband who was living in Grafton. And I had gone through, like prior to meeting him, my life had just like gone crazy. Like
Mhm.
every big thing in your life that can happen happened. Sold my house, like lots of big things in the middle of trying to adopt my daughter through foster care. And when I tell you I was burnt out, like I was burnt out.
Mm.
And so I loved my boss. He was wonderful. I was managing an Elements massage. I loved it. It was fantastic. But I met my husband and it was like, who's going to move? And he was like, I really like this area. And I was like, and I really need a clean slate.
Yeah.
So he had been asking me like, when are you going to open your own thing? And I was always like, no, I'm never going to open my own thing. I don't want to own my own business. I don't want to do that. It's too much. And the more that we talked about it and the more we talked about like who's going to make the move, it just became like, I need a fresh start. I need a clean slate. And I didn't have a place when my whole world was falling apart. I didn't have a place to go. I didn't have a place that I could just go rest and recover and restore. And I desperately needed that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not the only person in the world who has gone through something.
No, of course.
And I'm not the only person who needed a place and didn't have one.
Yeah.
So when I move, I'm not going to go work for someone else. I'm going to open my own business and I'm going to create that place.
Yeah.
So I found this little room. I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but it was so little that I couldn't even keep my massage table straight.
Oh.
Like, I had to keep it like at an angle so that I could walk around it.
That's so funny.
But I loved it. It was perfect. It was cozy. It was terrifying because I'm coming up here from the South Shore. Nobody knows me.
Yeah, you don't know anyone.
So
Sure.
it was like I just took that giant leap of faith,
Yeah.
and within a year, it just became crazy. And I was like fully booked and couldn't take on any new clients. And it was like, all right, we're gonna have to do something about this. I was at the point where I could have very happily been like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like we reached the peak. We're done.
Yeah.
Like this is perfect. I'm done. But for me, I was like, I'm not ready to stop growing. So
Yeah.
I found a spot that is 1,500 square feet, so a lot bigger than
Right.
where I was. And we moved in there just recently in December.
Yeah.
And I hired some new massage therapists who are absolutely incredible. And now I
Great.
have a small group practice.
Okay, so pause, rewind. how do you even get into massage therapy?
Okay.
Like, is that something you always knew you wanted to do?
No.
Okay.
No. So when I was
Because you have to go to school for it,
you
right?
do. You have to go to school. You have to get a license through the state of Massachusetts, or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So I am professionally licensed, and you have to go to school for a certain number of hours. For me, when I was going, I did 720 hours. So I went to school full time. It was about 9 months. I did not know anything about massage. I thought massage was like what you see in the sitcoms.
Exactly.
You know, like I grew up like watching, I think it was like there was an episode of like Full House, and like this woman named Helga came out and just like kind of like, and that's what I thought massage was. But I went to college when I graduated high school because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
totally.
of course it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I dropped out. And then I tried hair school. That lasted about a month. And then I dropped out. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to college because like I have to have something. So I went back to college and ultimately I dropped out. And then I thought I was going to work with animals. I worked in grooming salons. I worked in doggy daycares. Like I really thought, and I still love pets. I love my cats. I love my dogs. Like I thought I was going to be an animal person, but I went to the school with someone who wanted to see another program. They wanted to see the medical assisting program. And just in this moment of like pure jealousy, like not even anything. I mean, I think now the universe was like, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. But it was so just insane. But I was like, if you're going to go to school, I want to go to school.
Right.
So I legit signed up for massage school. I'd never had a massage. I had no idea what you could do with massage therapy. I just was like, I want to go to school too. And the day that I started, I was like, oh my God, I found my thing.
Yeah.
This is why college didn't work out. This is why hair school didn't work out. This is where I'm supposed to be.
The pieces just all fell into place and it made sense.
It was so crazy.
That's awesome. I love hearing stories like that though, because I'm like, okay, everything can align and we can all
it was
zen out
because it
now.
was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never even experienced massage therapy. And all of a sudden here I am. But I had no idea how profound this work is and like how much you can do with it.
Right. So I similarly know nothing about massage as when you went and started massage school. So there's like a bunch of different types of massage, question mark?
So many different types of massage.
Okay, so like, do you specialize in certain types and your employees specialize in certain types, or how does that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I love to work with, I'm going to get too technical, but I love to work with like the parasympathetic nervous system. So we've all heard of the sympathetic nervous system. That's like our fight or flight. So we've all heard of that. But the opposite of that, or the complementary, is the sympathetic nervous system. So that's like your rest and digest. So when we can get into that place, which is where we're supposed to be, that's like ideally where we would spend our time instead of being all stressed out. It changes everything. It changes our whole body. So I like to work in a way that's going to influence your parasympathetic nervous system and just get you to like here I'm so excited and I'm like amped up and we're chatting, but like in the massage room, I'm just like super mellow because that's where I want my clients to get. I love therapeutic massage and deep tissue massage, but I am not the person who's going to go in there and just like throw my elbows into you and like make it hurt.
Yeah.
I believe that we need to calm everything back down and we need to figure out the right massage for you. So the cool thing that we do at Well Rested is every single massage is customized. We're going to talk to you. If you've never had a massage before, then we're going to ask you like, so what's bringing you in? Like maybe you got a gift certificate, or maybe somebody suggested that you should try a massage, or you have an injury or something. We just want to talk to you and find out what you're looking for so that we can best match you with a therapist who's going to be able to meet that need. Because like, for example, I have Courtney, who is phenomenal with like finding trigger points, and like she knows like this muscle attaches here, and she's so good at like the very, very technical stuff. I work very intuitively. I just feel like I should go here, so I'm going to go here. I know it sounds so woo-woo, but but I also do have the background. I do know what muscles I'm working on, but it's like we come to it differently. We all have different approaches. And so I hire people that kind of fill in my blanks. So I don't love sports massage. I can do it, but I don't love it. So why do I want to do that? Like somebody who's looking for a sports massage, they want to work with somebody who's passionate
who wants
about
to
it.
do sports massage. Yeah.
So like we got lucky enough to partner with the Worcester Railers. They're a hockey team.
Yep.
And so we are the official massage team of the Worcester Railers.
So cool.
It's amazing.
Very
it's
cool.
So cool. But like Courtney is their girl. Because like I'm not, I don't love it. So I was like, and I'm also too busy for it. But then I also have this girl, Carly, who's amazing. I keep calling them girls. These ladies. This massage
well, it is girls.
I know, right?
So, you know, we use it in a cutesy way.
I know, exactly. I'm not trying to be demeaning. But Carly is like so good at that, like medium pressure, really super relaxing, not going to dig in, but can do deep tissue without it being like super deep. Kaylee works similar to me, where she's going to get in there. She's going to work really intuitively. She uses that nice heavy pressure. It's going to stimulate that parasympathetic nervous system. And then I have Zach, who is like phenomenal. He's so good. He's very like energy based. It's so cool that I have all of these people so I can figure out who's going to be the best fit, who's going to treat like the problem that you have, and who are you going to feel comfortable with, because that is huge.
Yeah.
So it's really cool that, yeah, my specialty is like deep tissue and super relaxing, but not relaxing in the just going to rub some oil on you and send you on your way. Relaxing in the way that you're actually going to like be able to just let your body take a deep breath.
So can you talk about then, between you and this team that you have and all your different specialties, all the services that you're able to offer through Well Rested?
Absolutely. So we just brought on someone named Pauline. She's wonderful. She is not a licensed massage therapist, but she is certified in reflexology and something called champ massage. She also does Reiki. So champ massage, also known as Indian head massage, is a treatment that's done fully clothed. So this is a treatment that's great for somebody who maybe is uncomfortable getting undressed, or maybe doesn't have a ton of time. And it's really focused on the upper body. So it's like a lot of scalp work, upper arms, shoulders. So it's really, really nice. And again, if you stay fully clothed, it's great for somebody who's like, I have a half an hour on my lunch break. I'm going to scoot over really quick and I don't want to be oily or something like that. So it's really cool that we can bring in these treatments. So champ massage is new to me. I'm still learning about it.
Awesome.
Reflexology is a treatment she focuses just on the feet. There are certain acupressure points so that she can work just on your feet. And that's cool because it influences other parts of your body. So it's really, really cool. So like, she was working on a client the other day who has a frozen shoulder, and she was noticing that like the spot on her foot that correlates with her shoulder was like sticky.
Weird.
So crazy, but it's cool. It really works. So I like that we can offer those holistic therapies. We also have deep tissue massage. We have sports massage, trigger point. We offer cupping, hot stone, CBD therapy. Our CBD is extra strength. It does not have any THC in it, so it doesn't have any psychoactive effects. And so whether or not that's something that you're looking for, it could be good or bad. We also have aromatherapy. We do prenatal and postnatal massage, because that is, your body goes through a lot when you're pregnant and post-baby. And we find that a lot of new moms really just need that time to just, during their pregnancy and after, to recover. We work on a variety of clients.
That's what I was going to ask. So like, speaking of new moms or soon to be moms, or just had a baby, you know, but second or third baby, whatever. You also mentioned athletes on the railers. You mentioned, you know, the busy executive who only has a 30-minute lunch break. So you seem to work with a bunch of different clients. Like, who are the most frequent clients who come to see you? Or
that's a good question. It's hard. I was thinking about our demographic the other day, because I was like, I'm wondering like who a lot of massage therapists and a lot of business consultants will like say, like, find your niche clientele. And I think that's great advice. But we don't really have one. And I think that's kind of our strength. In a way, we have a variety. We have the Gen Z, you know, we're noticing that younger generation just really is all about prioritizing their health. And millennials like myself, who are, you know, we're all about prioritizing our health, but we also have the retirees who are able to come in once a week and get the work because they're retired and they have time in their schedule. We work with a large variety. There is no person that we wouldn't work with. You know, it's whatever you're looking for. Like I said, with the right therapists, we just want to make sure that we match you. It's not so much about who you are and what you're looking for, and whether or not you're going to be a right fit for Well Rested massage. It's who's the right therapist for you.
I have to admit, on the record, on camera, I have never had a massage. I am a little weirded out about being touched. I think I've just always kind of been like that. Like, I'm not even like a hugger. You know what I mean? But I know, especially after reading your website, that there are so many different benefits to massage. So it's not just, rest and relax, like, because you deserve self-care. It's also like, if you're dealing with chronic pain, or if you're an athlete and you're sore from games, things like that. Again, like you mentioned with pregnancy, your body goes through so many changes. Like, you're going to be sore, you're going to be, you know, recovering for a while. What are some of the benefits, aside from the ones that I've just mentioned, of massage that maybe people don't recognize, besides just like stress relief, self-care?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's one of the biggest ones, but I also think that's one that's so easy for us to put on the back burner. I don't know what it is, why we do that. The world really praises that hustle culture, which is why I wanted to find Well Rested massage, because I'm like, rest is important. we're so much more productive when we rest. So that's one of the benefits, is being more productive. It can help to increase circulation. It can help with inflammation in the body. It can help with lowering blood pressure. It can help with increasing range of motion. And so these are things that happen just as we age or according to our jobs, that we can have certain things that just get tight and locked up. And we think, well, that's just part of the aging process. So there are really just limitless things that massage can do, and benefits of massage therapy. But there are people who just aren't,
Right.
they don't really
But
want
also,
that.
like,
That's
I
okay.
haven't given it a try.
And
So, like,
yeah,
who's
maybe.
to say, you know, that I'm not gonna do it.
I
But
think that for the people out there who feel like maybe not for me, that's okay. It might not be, but you also, some people have had massages and they just didn't gel with their therapist for whatever reason. And so sometimes it's a matter of like, try it. And you're right, maybe it's not for you, and that's totally okay. And I tell my clients all the time, like, I want you to be honest with me. It's not going to benefit anybody if you're not honest with me. So if you don't like something, just let me know. Like, we can stop. I've had people who have never had massages before, and they're very nervous and they don't know what to expect. And I just tell them, like, if we get started and you don't like it, we'll just stop. Like, it's
but
not
do
a
you
big
also
deal.
do a lot of them then after treatment walk out like, oh my God, that was amazing. Why did I wait so long to do that?
Yes, I have.
I have a feeling
Yes.
that could be me too.
I have one client who I'm thinking of, who I love so much. I went to their company. So sometimes we'll go into like workplaces, because again, busy people, you know, so we'll go into workplaces. So I went into this place and I was doing like 10 or 15-minute massages with them. And she was like, I don't want to do, she was telling all her coworkers, I don't want to do that. I don't like it. I don't want to be touched. Never had a massage before. And I'm doing fully clothed, just like compression.
Right.
So she decided, I'll just go up and like try it. She came in to see me at my office, had never had a massage before, started off with the 60-minute because she liked the session that she got at work. And then she came to my office and she's like, all right, I'm going to try a 60-minute. Now she comes for 90 minutes twice a month. And she loves it. And we all joke around about how she was the one who was like, she was teasing her coworkers. She's like, you'll fall for anything. You, of course you would like it. And then she got her massage and it's changed her. And she's like, no, I need this. Like,
and that's so cool too. If you want to talk about that, I forgot that you will travel. You'll go into people's offices and do this, and I'm sure you'll go elsewhere. I know that you partnered with Central Mass Mom, who we had on the show, and you know, a bunch of moms came in, I think, to your space together.
Was amazing.
So you can it doesn't have to be like a solo. It can be, of course, because I love my alone time. So like I would probably go in alone.
Same.
But if, you know, a group of, if you want to treat your staff, or if you want mom's night out or whatever, you know, can you talk about sort of that approach?
Absolutely. So yeah, we have a bunch of different options. We are more than happy to go to people's place of business. We can bring a chair or we can bring a table. I prefer the table, and I feel like most people do. If you have room for it, you stay fully clothed, but we can do like some compressions and some stretching, and we can do a little bit of scalp work if people are okay with that. And it just gives them the opportunity to kind of like relax a little bit while they're at work. And it also really does boost morale too. People really, the employees who benefit, the bosses benefit too. So it's a really, really, really good opportunity for businesses. But yeah, Central Mass Mom did come. Part of why I wanted to move into this bigger space was because I wanted to be able to create community. And I love what Annie is doing. I adore her. I'm so glad that we connected. When I moved into that bigger space, she was one of the people that I first called. I'd never met her before, but I was like, hey, so I'm interested in like maybe working together. And it just worked out so well that they all came over. They had their writers gathering there. We have a big room in the back. We use it for couples massage, but we also use it for different workshops. And so they came over, they used the room. We did some little like free 15-minute massages, again, you know, fully clothed and everything for them. We just recently had a girls' night, which was really, really cool. So one of my clients was like, me and my girlfriends meet up. We try to make it at least once a month. So we would love to do it there. So it was perfect. So one of them got champ massage, and then 5 of them got massages. We did it after hours, so they had the whole space to themselves. They brought snacks and drinks, and I had like little TV trays that we set up, and I had like some paper products and, you know, utensils and everything. And they all hung out and they got to sit. We have like a client lounge area where people can sit and relax, and so they all sat there and chit-chatted, and then they went over to Calabria. We share parking with Calabria, so it's like just walk across the parking lot. So they celebrated their friend's birthday, and I definitely want to get into more of that.
Oh, very
because
cool.
Again, I don't feel like we connect enough. And that was another reason that I wanted to move into this bigger space, was to create an opportunity for more connection. Because massage is pretty one-on-one, and a lot of people do want to get massage because that's their only opportunity to have their alone time. And trust me, I'm with you on that.
You're like, totally get it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I love providing couples massages, but I do not want to get a couples massage. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I live with you. We're fine.
Yeah.
This is my time.
Yep.
But we also do need a little bit more connection, and we need the opportunity to be face to face with people and potentially even make friends. So having these opportunities, like having these little workshops, is a really, really great way to do that. We can do private events, but we also host workshops. So we had a self-care workshop. We've done a pebble art class, which was really cool. So I brought in somebody from Orange Jellyfish, and which is a great company. You should definitely look them up on Instagram. Her name is Carrie, and she goes to the beach and she gets like shells and sea glass and everything, and then she brings it and you create little sculptures. So we've done that. We recently had a drumming journey circle, which was so cool, and we're having another one coming up. We're going to be doing some sound baths. So we're offering these opportunities to try these different things and come together with other people who are interested, and hopefully make connections with other people, because that's part of wellness as well.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like that's like one of your goals potentially going forward with the business, is trying out new workshops, classes, getting more community involvement, as you grow, because you opened in 2023, right?
Yes. Yep.
So you're at least 2 years in now. What do you see in the future for Well Rested, or what are your hopes and dreams? And
oh my gosh, it's crazy, because if you had asked me 2 years ago, I was sweating. I was like, I don't even know if this is going to work.
Totally.
I remember calling my husband every day and being like, I made a mistake, and he was like, just stick it out. And within, he was right.
Yep.
So what I see for the future, what I hope for the future is just that we continue on the same trajectory. I love the team that I have right now, and I think they're just phenomenal, and I want to introduce them to more people. I want to keep it relatively small. I don't want to have a team of 20 therapists, because I like having the closeness with them, but just continuing to offer community support, continuing to offer wellness, continuing to change the conversation around self-care and slowing down and taking care of yourself, so that we can take better care of other people and we can feel better in our bodies. So I think that really is the biggest mission, is just to continue to try to create community, connection, and allow people the opportunity to just rest.
Totally. We need it.
We do.
We've also had a long 4 or 5 years, and I don't see it getting easier
so much
anytime soon.
Has happened, and so much is continuing to happen. And it's like, we just need a place where like we can step in, and all of that just
kind of goes away.
Side.
Yeah. At least temporarily. And then we can deal with reality when we step out again.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Like we need to come in and rest and recharge. It's like, you think about it, you charge your phone battery. Like why aren't we recharging ourselves?
Totally.
We just need a minute to turn it off. I always feel after I get a massage, I just feel like better able to take on what's happening.
Yeah.
It's not that anything changed. It's not like I got my massage and I walked out the door and the world was better.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel better equipped. I feel less stressed out. I feel less in my head. I feel more grounded. And I feel more like, this is hard, but I can handle it. And that's a really cool feeling.
Yes. So tell people how they can get that feeling with you. When do they come see you? How do they book online?
Absolutely. So they can visit our website anytime, wellrestedmassage.com, and you can book online 24/7. We are having some new talent specials. If you book with Carly, Kaylee, or Zach, you get a new client or a new talent special, regardless of if you're new to us. If you've been with us before, that's totally fine. I just really want to introduce my new talent to the public.
Yep.
So definitely check us out online. I post our events, I post our specials, and you can book there. You can also find us on Instagram at well_rested_massage. We're on Facebook as well. I do have a TikTok account, but I'm not very active on it.
I hear so many people say that. Yeah, that's fine.
I want to be, but like I'm just not there. So you can find us the same Instagram handle for TikTok, well_rested_massage.
Perfect.
Yes.
And before you go, we like to give every guest the opportunity to shout out another woman in business, woman-owned business, woman leader. Who do you have in mind?
So I have two. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one that I would like to shout out is Pauline from Modus Training. So Pauline is our reflexologist, but she also does yoga and she does personal training. And I love her mission because it's about function and form and recovery. It's not about, obtaining a certain physique. She's about health, and I love her approach. It's super balanced and it's really cool. And she, like I said, she does yoga. I love her. I think she's amazing. Pauline from Modus Training. And then my friend Kelly Eastwood, who owns Uphill Nutrition on Grafton Street in Worcester.
Okay.
She's been in business for about 5 years, and she became a client and now a friend, and she is wonderful, and she's been so supportive. She let me go in there and take my table and do free massages and introduce myself to people when I first started, and I just cannot thank her enough for that opportunity.
Very cool. Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear
you.
that.
Thank you so much.
Well, it's been so good talking to you, Tiffany.
Yes, you too.
Great to meet you. I'm sorry Katrina couldn't be here.
That's
I'm sure she'll be in
okay.
for a massage because you're not very far from her.
I hope so, and I hope maybe you'll decide too that maybe
I
you'll
know.
try
I will
it.
build up the courage.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling it in my shoulders as we talk.
Definitely. But don't want to pressure you into anything, but we are there when you're ready.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Wanna merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
All right, we're back with Hard It or Hate It.
Hard it or hate it?
Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
Hard it or hate it? Fabric softener.
Hate it.
You're one of those. Do you not use it?
No. I have like occasionally.
See, I think that's so strange.
I
know, but I know you're not the only one. Like a lot of people don't use it at all or only use it like once in a while.
Yeah.
So I grew, like when I, growing up, my mom put fabric softener in every load.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was an adult and I had my own place, like I put fabric softener in every load. I don't know if it makes a difference, to be honest. So I've been talking lately about trying to use less single-use plastics. So we had the CAW, the Burn Coat Center for Arts and Wellness. They have the Refillery. We had them on the show a long time ago. And so I've been going to their Refillery a lot. So when I ran out of fabric softener that I had bought at like a Walmart a while ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to go to the Refillery and get some of their fabric softener to fill up this jug. And then it took me forever. And so it took me forever as in I didn't go to Baca right away.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, I can wait. Like I don't necessarily need fabric softener right this second. So I ended up going like several weeks without fabric softener. And I'm pretty sure I noticed a difference. Like it could just be in my head. It could just be placebo effect or whatever. But I feel like my clothes are stiff like cardboard.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I went to Baca and I got some fabric softener and I'm using it again. But I feel like my clothes are recovering from weeks of no fabric softener because they're still kind of stiff. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So anyways, I'm going to go hard it on fabric softener because I'm now like talking myself into it makes a difference.
Yeah. I think I had heard about it being just like a gimmick. Like it's just something that they convince you that you
Consumerism.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am not I am a bare bones laundry type of gal. I don't sort by color.
No, me either.
I just throw in 3 weeks worth of laundry and hope it all gets washed well with our Arm & Hammer detergent that we use. And yeah.
I guess a lot of people, I didn't realize until I was older that a lot of people don't use fabric softener.
I don't think my mom did when I was growing up.
Yeah, see? It's honestly like, it's weird. It's like there's a split of like, probably like half the people do and half the people don't.
Yeah, I also don't like to use the static things.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about those. Dryer sheets. Yeah, I think those are annoying.
Yeah, and Jesse uses them.
Oh.
And he'll use them in so he often does my laundry for me because I wash it and then I forget that it exists. And then he graciously puts it in the dryer for me with the dryer sheet. And then I had like a dryer sheet fall out of this cardigan this morning. Like they just are everywhere. So.
Yeah, I don't like those.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
Hard it or hate it, Coachella. And I guess I mean like, would you want to go?
No. I have zero desire to ever go to Coachella.
So I thought of this today because I think at the time that we are recording this, it's starting. Like,
No.
I think it's
Is it
starting
really?
today. Because my TikTok feed was full of people setting up their campsites.
See, I'm so out of the loop on that stuff. Like, I have no idea.
So it made me think about it. And I think like 10 years ago, I would have loved to go to Coachella. And
I never had a desire.
No, I think I just would have felt really cool, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's like, you want to pay money to go sleep in the desert? No. No thanks.
I'm going to go hate it.
I'm going to go hate it. But I am very intrigued by like the whole spectacle of the thing. And I've been watching the TikToks.
So do you know who the headliner is this year?
No, I don't know.
Because remember Beyonce headlined Coachella a few years ago? And that was like a big to-do.
Yeah.
Because I think she was the first Black woman to ever headline Coachella. So that was like a big news story. And also it's freaking Beyonce. So, but anyways, I digress. Okay, heart it or hate it, DNA testing. Like a 23andMe sort of deal.
I just did it earlier this year.
No.
Yeah, so I'm going to,
You haven't gotten your results yet?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
Heard it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
No.
Okay.
No, it was very unsurprising. So my mom did it years ago because she was adopted. So for her, it was very exciting to do ancestry DNA. And so I kind of already knew like half of my DNA because of her. And then my dad, we'd always been told growing up, like, oh, he's just 100% finished. So it's like, okay, like, so I honestly took it to see if that was a lie.
Yeah.
And it was
enough.
not.
No.
So no, I didn't learn anything. I only found like family members that I already know about. But when my mom did it, it was really cool. She found family from like her birth parents that, so she was able to like meet with like siblings that she didn't know that she had.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have never done it. I don't really have a desire to do it. Kind of like you, I feel like I know, like my parents have a pretty good understanding of like where their ancestors come from. So I don't think I would find anything shocking. I also don't feel like anything I found out, even if it went against what I already know, would be like life-changing for me. Cause I feel like I am who I am and I know like my experiences and like whatever. And I don't, maybe that makes me sound ignorant because I know a lot of people are like really tied to like their heritage and their ancestors, and like that's fine, and I don't think that that's wrong. But for me, I feel like it wouldn't matter to me if my aunt, like, again, that probably makes me sound ignorant, but I wouldn't care if my great grandparents came from Ireland or from Scotland or wherever. Obviously, I'm really freaking white, so there's only so many different places they can be from, but yeah, I thought of this though because did you see the news recently about like 23andMe got bought out?
Yeah.
And so now people are like, well, when you do 23andMe, there's like an agreement that they're not going to disclose your data to anyone else, but now that company's been bought out. So like, does that agreement still stand? And even if it does, like, how much loyalty does the buyer have to the past customers? So scary. You should go in there and delete your data.
I've always been like, I don't care who has my data. Like, I have nothing to hide. Like, TikTok can take it, China can take it. I don't care. But like, I do know that they've caught like serial killers and stuff because of things like ancestry DNA.
Interesting.
And there have also been families that have learned like, oh, my dad's not my dad because my mom had an affair. And like,
oh yeah,
you know,
there's so many of those stories.
Or I think I just heard one, it was on TikTok, and it was this married couple that found out that they were half siblings because they were both donor babies. Or no. His dad donated sperm, and she was one of the donated sperm. So she found out that her father-in-law was actually her dad. But they'd already been married for like years. They had kids together. Yeah.
That's so bad.
Yeah. So.
Oh, rough. I'm going hate it because I don't have any desire to participate, and I also fear for what they're going to do with the information that they collect. And not in the case of serial killers. I say catch those serial killers. But for everybody else, I fear what that information could do to us.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Heart it or hate it, tea.
Tea.
Yeah. Like drinking tea.
The beverage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
No
go
spilling the tea.
heart it. Spilling the tea, heart it. Drinking the tea, hate it. Yeah, no, I'm not a tea drinker.
No.
I've tried many a times
Mhm.
to convert, and I cannot because I just love that bean water, which is what we're gonna call coffee.
I'm gonna say heart it, which might be weird to people because I don't drink like black tea.
But when I hear tea drinker, I don't even automatically think of black tea.
Okay.
Like I do think of green tea. There are so many other, I've tried
Yeah.
different teas like
Yeah.
I don't even know, spice chai,
Mhm.
chamomile. What's the ones that are supposed to help you sleep? I've tried those.
Yep.
The sleepy tea with the little bear on the thing.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm not a tea drinker, but it just tastes like dirty water to me.
Yeah, I like the herbal teas.
That tastes like dirty water to me.
Well, how much sugar do you have?
Well, I don't. That's the thing is, coffee tastes delicious, in my opinion, even with no milk or sugar. Like I will drink black coffee. I don't drink black coffee every day. I used to. Now I add a little bit of like a sugar-free syrup or like a splash of milk or protein shake or whatever. But I do like the taste of black coffee.
Yeah.
I cannot say that a plain tea without sugar and honey and whatever the hell else you're supposed to add is good.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I do add a lot of sugar to my
so that's probably why you actually like it.
Yeah. I am basically drinking sugar water, I think.
Love that for you. You're like a honeybee, right? Don't they drink sugar water? I have no
like
idea.
a hummingbird.
Yeah. That's the one.
So yeah, heard it.
Okay, I forget what my next one is. Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere.
I think we're done.
Oh, we're done.
We're done.
We did them all.
We did it.
Okay, good. I didn't forget anything.
Look at us.
Well, that's it for Heart It or Hate It. You should play along on our Instagram stories because we post these every week, so you can vote and have some fun in the Heart It or Hate It selection. And that's it, I think. So we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Later, ladies.
Later.